Hello, my name is Lucian. You're watching one of my many assassin guides for the game of Guild Wars. Today we are running the Sepulchre of Draggrimar, outside of Sefala and Drakkar Lake. In hard mode, as a solo perma assassin, the build and the gear are in the video description. However, you're going to need a perma staff of any attribute with a 20% enchanting, of course, and a 20% martial weapon, and a cold shield. That's leaf on the wind inscription. So run past these guys here, recast shadow form when you need to. These guys will hardcore bum rush you if you're not careful, because the Jotun do a fair amount of damage. Get the quest from Mr. Outrunner Remlock, because he will give you the quest. If you don't get it outside, you can take it inside if you feel so inclined. Right here, pop a cupcake, because cupcakes are the best, and I love cupcakes. Cupcakes. Okay, now that that's over, pop a cupcake, because the quest reward pays for it, and you get so much aggro breakage that it's so nice if you have a cupcake, because there are lots of dervishes, and these dervishes happen to rupt your skills. So you want as much aggro breakage as possible, because you don't actually need to kill anything in this level. Right there, I got lucky. I got super lucky with my cast. Didn't get interrupted, which happens all too often. And getting interrupted means you die, because no shadow form equals death. What a shame. So we want to run past these driders. If you find the driders, you're going the right way. And then through this little archway and follow the ice imps. And left, right there. There are a couple ways of doing this dungeon. I activate this proof right there, and then I go down and activate the kinship, I think. I don't know. Whatever. There's another route to do it, but this is the way I do it, and whatever. They're both about as fast, in my opinion. This one might be faster, but be aware a bunch of mobs will spawn once you activate that last proof, so whatever. Be careful when you cast Glyph of Swiftness, not to use Death Charge before you use Shadow Form, like I did right there, because I got a super fast recharge on my Shadow Form, or my Death Charge, but not on my Shadow Form, and so my Shadow Form dropped, and I'm about to get hexed like a mofo. However, if you hit that morale boost, it'll be recharged. And right here, I'm trying to aggro this worm, because I can. If you don't want to aggro the worm, like me, you can just stick to the right side of this little wall right there, and you won't aggro the worm. And if you don't have a cupcake, good luck getting the worm off of you. That's why, just one more reason why you should pop a cupcake. But running past here, you can sneak over to the right of that little ice jet, flame jet thing. You don't need to. You should do it if you're like feeling brave or whatever. Once again, super nice. Lucky with my anti-interrupt. Not anti-interrupt, whatever. The reason that I don't use Deadly Paradox instead of Glyph of Swiftness is because, one, I am a Gauss fan to the core, and two, Deadly Paradox takes about 10 more energy, and if you don't want to pop any pecans on level 2, good luck maintaining Shadow Form, as well as casting Sliver, because it's not going to happen. At 20 energy, every 22 seconds or whatever, it's gonna be rough, and you're not gonna make it, and you're gonna die. So level 2, pop your cold shield on, as I am right here, and aggro these guys. You would never want to aggro 2 or more than 2 avalanches at one time, but sliver them down as quick as can be. They will use Frozen Burst, and you will almost die, but that's alright, that's how it goes. You're meant to almost die, it's fine. Some people just run past this whole place and kill just the one at the end. The problem with that, is that if you get a bad spawn, you will be killed by Diamond Shard Grave, as I am in this video. And plus, these guys drop golds and lockpicks every now and then, which is rather sweet. But killing this last avalanche, as I said before, don't aggro more than 2. They will Frozen Burst you to death, and you will die. And don't stand still. Right here, watch this, standing still. Diamond Shard Grave. It will most likely kill you. If you've got pecans, probably won't kill you. But if you don't have pecans, it'll probably kill you. So never stand still until you're at the safe spot, which I will show you in a second. Here I am running past. You should probably bring DP removal with you wherever you go, anywhere, just as like a thing to do. And it's especially useful in this dungeon because this boss can be kind of difficult actually, as far as killing bosses goes. But you want to run up here, run out of Diamond Shard Mist because Diamond Shard Mist activates Diamond Shard Grave, and aggro these guys. Run up to the safe spot and watch as it fails. So the idea here is, theoretically, you have this perfect spot where you cannot be affected by Diamond Shard Mist or Frozen Burst, but you're, still within the Sliver range. So that's, kind of the challenge. And looking back on it, I had the opportunity to do this so quickly right here. But I didn't do it because I pulled too far in like 2 seconds. Ah, too far. Anyways, so you just kind of gotta wonky around with it until it works, because you will get Diamond Shard Engraved or Diamond Shard Misted. And the safe spot that I used is right there, kind of where I'm standing now. It's like halfway between the rock and the end of the snow right there. Kind of a little pointer to remember. There are quite a few safe spots to begin, but that's just the one that I know. Whatever, do whatever works for you. This is one of the reasons that this takes like 3 minutes or 30 minutes, and if you're duoing this, it can take a lot less than 30 minutes, because what your duo partner will do is hopefully he or she will have finish him a party-wide speed buff. It'll be AP runner. I finish him, you move like a dwarf, Evan Vanguard's hyper support, and if you are duoing, you want to pull them away so that he or she can run up behind the anvil and find a safe spot there and take off shadow form, so that Evan Vanguard's hyper support has a chance of doing like a buttload of damage and killing this guy pretty fast. But if not, whatevs, it's soloable, very easy. But I have found my sweet spot here. Unfortunately, I had pulled around. I had been like all ginky with the aggro, and so it took me a couple slivers to kill the aggro that was in front of him. And that's a shame, because killing sliver fuel is never ever a good idea. But that's how it goes sometimes. So it took me about 6 slivers here. It should take 3 ideally, but things don't always work out, and that's how it is. So I would say probably want to run this for people for about 4K per person. A good place to advertise is in the Dungeon Running Central, which is of course either Vlox's Falls or even better, Doomlore Shrine. That's kind of where people go for the dungeon runs. And this one isn't so popular anymore. That's why it's so cheap for people to get ran. Because really nothing that good upside of it. And it's not exactly like a tough dungeon. It's probably one of the easiest to run post everything nerf. And so rewards aren't too high, but if you're running it with a buddy, it's fun. You can see I killed the boss here and the chest didn't spawn. That's because the shattered elementals aren't dead. You have to kill those 2 shattered elementals. And if you don't have them killed, the chest won't spawn. So, yeah, and there's never going to be more than 2 of them. So, yeah, just kind of goof around with the aggro once again until they die. This can take a while. It can be kind of frustrating, but there's the chest. Finally got it. With only 1 birthday cupcake popped and only 1 death. Got a diamond and a turquoise staff, which used to be worth about 23E. Q10 inspiration, but now it's worth almost nothing. So, whatever. But it's a fun dungeon to run, and you get 600 Deldy more faction. So, good luck dungeon running.